A couple of years ago, I was working in Nairobi with a group from the United Nations Environmental Programme. And we were going through how to create fearless, liberating, high-performance relationships. And I'd explained how our fear response lives in our reptilian, our lowest part of the brain, but it infects and over-influences our emotional and psychological selves, and thereby damages totally unnecessarily our relationships with myself, with others, professional relationships and personal relationships. And I noticed that later on during the workshop, that when somebody was getting heated or beginning to get argumentative, they were going, "Your crocodile snapping." And I thought this was fantastic because, as I've mentioned, our fear response, which is there to keep us physically safe, but should have nothing to do with our emotional self or our intellectual, our psychological, our conceptual dimensions, does live down in the reptilian part of the brain. And if you've ever seen a sleeping crocodile poked with a stick, which I have done elsewhere in Africa, it'll be sleeping and it's poked with the stick and it'll go, "Rawr!" back to sleep. And remember, the crocodiles have so little brain, their head is flat and their eyes stick up at the top. So this really is a fantastic indicator and reminder of what's happening when I get angry or get impatient or get tense or get stressed, and I say or do things that I later regret. And I think it's probably worth thinking about your own crocodile down here and how it probably snaps when you don't want it to, and particularly with people with whom you don't want to be angry. If you think of probably the last time your crocodile snapped at your partner, probably the person you supposedly love most in the world, or your parent, or even your children. Isn't it time that we just really put our crocodile back in its box where it should be and learn how to free ourselves in order to have and to live those creative, loving, compassionate, open relationships that we really should and that we really want to?